Spurgeon is handing out a copy of our schedule for anybody that might not have seen it. I thank you very much for the opportunity to come speak on behalf of the School of the Arts and also to share a little information about me and my background, because I feel like it kind of affects the philosophy of what we do at the school. I have been the executive director of the School of the Arts since July of 2016, which is about 2.5 years. And I'm a relative newcomer to Virginia. We moved here about a little over 5 years ago, and I grew up in a small town in New England about the same size as Clifton Forge, and a family of 5 children with a dad who worked and a mom who stayed home until my youngest brother went to school. And we lived a pastoral existence in a little town in southern New Hampshire where people lived simply. Nearly everyone attended a church. Many of my friends were either in Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts, and we grew up in a life of service, in different ways, things that were, important to us, and you believed in helping your neighbors and caring about one another, and I count myself very lucky to have grown up that way, and I see a lot of that in this area, and I admire it, the culture of volunteerism in the area, which I see a lot in adults, and it is something that for myself I really hope that we grow in people of all ages, because I think people of all ages have something important to give. When I was a young person, I helped start a retreat house. It was an ecumenical retreat house for teenagers that was in existence for 25 years in New Hampshire, and it was a wonderful experience for all the years I was involved, and that led to working in student services and admissions in community colleges, which is where I met my husband, and then to becoming a certified guidance counselor, and I was a counselor for 18 years in public schools before coming here. When we first moved here, I did a lot of volunteer things and was amazed that so many opportunities existed to be involved. You really don't find that everywhere, but it was a wonderful surprise to me. And the thing that I most missed was seeing kids. When you're a school counselor and you're working with kids every day in every age, I just missed them. And so when I went to the School of the Arts, I was drawn to so many things. Part of it was the children, but it was also how much I admired what they had done with the building. That it was hard to believe it ever was a tire warehouse, because they had really transformed it through so much energy. The 3 ladies who began it, they were visionaries. They were retired women of substance, extraordinary tenacity and talent, that created a resource for children and adults of all ages, which had an ambitious mission to enhance the quality of life and create economic opportunity for people all through the Highlands, people of all ages. People will come sometimes from away and they marvel at what's going on in there. They say they can't believe we have a resource like that in a small community like ours, and we keep growing through programs like Chris Kindle Market, which is this is the 8th year coming up of that. We have a couple thousand people a year come for that, and they come from far and wide, and they make it an annual event. And our ladies, who I call the 3 muses, just brought so many gifts to the school in their passions, and it's an honor to continue their work, and all the other volunteers that made it possible. I often think that there are many things that go on at the School of the Arts that members of the community who don't take classes aren't aware of, and so those are some of the things that I want to share with you. And there are a lot of people in the room. Coincidentally, I did not bring them as, like a backup band, who take classes with us. So I'd love to see our yoga students and our yoga teachers and all of that. It's wonderful. But some things I didn't know if you knew. Did you know that since the school opened, a small group of developmentally disabled adult women have been weekly volunteers for all those years? They do a lot of tasks that Henrietta plans for them that they enjoy doing, and because we appreciate them and they enjoy art, Henrietta and Judith Savonda, our resident certified arts teacher who also runs the art store that's in our building, give them art classes, things like painting, or they just made Valentine's, one day when they came in. But the School of the Arts is very inclusive in that way, and we really love those young ladies. Did you know that the amazing garden that was created between the schools building, which borders Smith Creek, is maintained completely through the efforts of volunteers and a fairly small group of volunteers. So what they do is really an enormous task and a labor of love. That garden is now on the list of destination gardens, which is part of the Allegheny Foundation Vision 2025 effort. And it welcomes families at any time who want to enjoy the garden or have a picnic down by the creek, or to go on the biking, walking trail that's there now that is part of the town effort. And then there are artist groups that come on a regular basis to do plein air painting or any kind of, enjoyment of the garden that they would like. Did you know that we changed from having 4 terms a year to 2 semesters and a summer term, and that our current term, which I distributed to you, has almost 70 individual course titles in it, many of which are offered multiple times, for a whopping total of 300 times that a person in our community can come take a class this semester. We have worked very hard to grow that. And it's only possible because there are creative and talented people in the area and, within about a 40-minute radius of our community that have so much talent and a willingness to share it with people of all ages. The school gives opportunity to artists, our instructors, as artists and as people that, if they're an instructor, they can sell some things through us. But we really work hard to get really exciting artists and exciting things that our folks in town that want to learn about. Some new things that I've been working on in the last year include expanding our partnerships with the area schools, because many of them didn't have money for field trips. We would have, especially some of the younger grades, just getting them out on a walking field trip was really an adventure for them. So this year, I approached 2 of the service organizations, Kiwanis and the Rotary Club, to try to get some money to help more classes in some of those schools have some field trips, and we've been doing that. And I go out and do career days with some, participate in some of those career days, representing all of the employment opportunities, career options in the arts area, which is my guidance counselor background showing on those events, and they're an awful lot of fun. And this year, Kiwanis and Rotary may be helping us as volunteers during some of our fun things like Fun Fridays in the summer. I imagine you could guess that it takes a lot of work to keep up with repairs on very old buildings. We certainly have a lot of old buildings in this area. Our mill was built in 1893, and the school building was built not too many years later. Both are in need of roof repairs, and the mill needs somewhat more tender loving care. In the last 3 years, improvements to the mill have included the installation of bathrooms, emergency lighting and exit signs, and an emergency door with a panic bar for safety. And we've really worked hard to pay attention to needs like that, even though they're not the glamorous ways to spend money. They do provide a valuable service to the public in keeping adults and children safe. And did you know that we are currently writing a USDA grant application for major improvements to the mill, which include a new roof, a poured concrete floor, a heating system, roof vents, cupolas, and fans to keep visitors comfortable and dry in every kind of weather. We really consider that to be both an asset for the school, but an asset for the community, because we lend that building. We use it for a lot of different things like Heritage Day and the Con of the Mountains, and then it's also then much more appealing for people to be able to have family events and such there. We've had many weddings there. Did you know that our curriculum includes classes like chair yoga, mindful flow yoga, and classes like guided meditation and sound experiences for wellness, all of which help people of every age stay moving and happy and healthy. And the sound activities are very helpful for anybody going through medical treatments or detox or things like that. And that is an unusual thing to have in the area, and we have people coming from Lewisburg and 30 to 50 minutes away to come to some of those activities, so we're excited about that. Did you know that many people visit the School of the Arts and then they decide that they want to live in a place where they can teach the arts to enhance lives, and then they decide to buy a house here? We have had that happen a couple of times, and people are excited to tell us that. If you come into the School of the Arts during the day, you might hear violin music or piano lessons going on, or cello, or, some very exciting things. The afternoon it was trumpet. This afternoon it was trumpet. That's really not as nice now because of the other music. But, it really sounds of life in a community. And, we really work hard. And for myself, I'm excited about all the arts in Clifton Forge, and I feel like Clifton Forge is a better place when all of its nonprofits are successful and supported, and so that is really why I came today. I wanted to let you know some of the things that we're doing and the ways we're trying to do more outreach in the community with the schools to help them, because they don't get much art in school. And our programs, the Fun Fridays program, they've done ever since they opened the school, and we've had summers where we had almost 1,000 people come to that little program, and it's just 8 Fridays, 2 hours a day, and you get families, all kinds of families that come, but it's a lot of folks that would not have the finances to go on a vacation, and so it's really very meaningful to them, and it means a lot for us to be able to put together a fun program. We just appreciate any support. We will be putting in a request for part of the Virginia Commission for the Arts Creatives funding, and we hope you'll consider us.
Any questions?
Mr. Mayor, I just want to point out that you have 2 of the dynamic 3 women who started this whole effort in our audience tonight, Helen Kostel and Henrietta Crandall, and I have to say I was amazed every time I saw those women at work. We don't have Mrs. Belmont here with us tonight, and I think on occasion you got a young attorney to help you out too with some things, but they have done a marvelous job and really should be recognized for the kind of contribution they've made, not just to that building